Welcome. We are live here in Dallas at the Gears Pro Circuit. Dallas Open, the winners bracket semifinals first match. On the blue side, in case you forgot, they are here to remind you who runs Gears Esports. It's Optic Gaming! On the red side, on the verge of greatness, and here to keep the competition spooked, it's Ghost Gaming! All right, I'm joined here by Ribs and Summons. I'm gonna start over here with you now.
After we lost to Allegiance, we knew that we couldn't lose any more rounds, or like even the map, like that just like really made us like set the tone, you know, in the future for anybody else that we played.
Now you guys, you've seen Ribs over here on the other side. This time he's got a different uniform on this time. How do you feel about playing this guy and the rest of this Ghost squad?
I mean, it's Ribs. He already knows what happens in Vegas, so I mean, just same event.
All right, Ribs. You dropped the blue, you rocking the black right now. You guys have been dominating yourselves. What's been your biggest test so far here in this tournament?
Well, this is still our second LAN together as a team. Identivs and I finally coming into our own on this team. So just trying to keep the good vibes and do what we do best. Everyone knows we're a force to be reckoned with. Everyone knows. Everybody knows,
but so apparently Summons ain't get the memo. Because he's talking about Vegas and knows, you know, how he can come up against you. What are you going to do against Optic Gaming here, man? How you guys going to stop him and shut him down and put him back in the loser's spot where they belong?
Well, we have the firepower, we have the strategy. It just comes down to limit their clutches. When you see Billy, you know he's going to try to get 3 kills. Same thing with Gilbert. You don't really see Alex doing that too much. You know, he wins his 1Vs, but we got to stop their clutch players, and then it's a wrap.
All right, well, we got a clutch semifinals matchup going down right here. Optic Gaming, Ghost Gaming, lock it up.
It feels great to be back with Optic. I honestly missed being able to talk with my teammates and friends for a few months, and so being back with them and competing beside them is a really great feeling. Being banned definitely motivated me, and watching my teammates win with other people and hearing all these other teams, you know, talk trash, and it made me feel like when I'm back, I need to be there for them, and I need to bring them that extra, you know, power that they have. They're the best team in the game without me, and so with me, they're that much better.
Welcome back to MLG Dallas Open. We have Optic Gaming against Ghost Gaming. Red Icy is back from his suspension. John, what can we expect from this matchup?
Well, Belly, this is the one we have all been waiting for all of Season 2. We've seen them play back and forth in the MLG 2Ks on Sundays, and finally, this is where it's going to matter the most. I think you can expect a great match. Ghost Gaming took a map on Optic at the NYC Regionals. Of course, Optic took that with the sub in Pell, but this is a different Ghost Gaming. I agree with Ribs. I think Ribs and Identivs are coming to their own on this team. I think it's going to be a great matchup.
Oh, definitely. Okay, Ghost Gaming. They won the first 2K tournaments, Waldo. We haven't seen them in the finals ever since. Do they still have that ability to play at a tier 1 level?
I think that they're an S-tier team, and you have to look at it. They're a top 3 team in the game. Yes, we've been critical of them of not being able to get to the finals and not beating Optic with a sub, but at the same time, you have to respect the power of Rushies and Speedy. That duo is a monster. Speedy has been absolutely dominant on lane.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. If Ghost is an S-tier team, Optic is a God-tier team. They have a lot ahead of themselves here in this one.
Oh, yes, with Optic Gaming dominating basically all of Season 1, Momo. What does Ghost Gaming have to do mentally to prepare for this game?
Mental, keyword there. Keyword, mental, the clutch player. They said it on the stage themselves. Reduce those clutch proposed factor of Ribs, and I do think this is a different team, like you said, than a month ago.
Yes, as we saw the map bans and picks, they're starting off on Foundation. Fallout What should we see here?
I got some thoughts about that. Ghost
talk to
Gaming,
me, man.
for the first seed ever, for the first time ever in Gears Pro Circuit history, Optic Gaming comes into this event as the second seed, not the first seed. They, of course, will regain that first seed, of course, if they win this tournament, that's for sure. But Foundation is an interesting map. I know everyone knows that Optic dominated Foundation in Season 1.
Yes.
Rumor has it, and I've seen in MLG 2Ks in a couple of events, they've been slacking a little bit on Foundation. I was talking to Franchise, he agreed with me, against Echo Fox and against Ghost. Ghost Gaming picked Foundation for a reason. They feel confident in their Foundation matchup against Optic. I think Ghost Gaming starts strong and wins our first map 1-0.
That's interesting to say, because when we watch Optic Gaming play Foundation, their wolf packing is T1 Waldo. Who's going to have to step it up on Optic to remain dominant in this series?
I think multiple members have to step up, but you have to look at the one that's come back. Icy, he has to have a big tournament. You know, he's had really big games with the explosives before, but he has to have a really big one now, especially if they want to continue on to make it into the champs bracket.
You know what? You talk about a player coming back. Ribs came back. He's going against Summons in most of these spots. Fallout, this matchup, we spoke about it a lot Season 1. Is anything going to be different this time around?
I got a big star on my sheet right here. It says Ribs versus Summons.
Yes.
To be honest, no. Summons is such a better 1v1 player. Plain and simple fact. Summons will dominate Ribs in the 1v1. I really think Ribs playing 1v1 spots for Ghost is a misplay. Ribs is best when he's in the team fight, supporting his teammates, flanking, and doing things that can really make a difference. He's not the best 1v1 player. I think Summons is going to have the upper hand on that one.
Oh, yes, Momo. You've seen Ghost Gaming. They've been a great team so far. Their fiery matchup against Ronin, who on Ghost Gaming has to step it up with Speedy and Rushies to make this even.
Speedy and Rushies, those are the two key players. But I do look to Ribs. You know, like John said, you know, he's maybe not as good as Summons, but you know, Ribs has that experience. I remember back to Mexico. You know, he went with that Envious squad toe-to-toe with Optic Gaming. I was stood on the stage between those two teams, and I was feeling the heat now, and I think Ribs is that experience. You know, he's had the experience of beating Optic Gaming. Not many people can say that in Gears history. He knows what it takes. Maybe he won't win, you know, all his 1v1s, but if Speedies and Rushes are firing on all cylinders, that duo, we had this conversation yesterday, are they the best duo in Gears? Now's the time to show it.
Oh, we will definitely see. In a quick bracket update, Ghost Gaming beat Supremacy to get here. They're going against Optic Gaming, who just got off of a fiery win. 7-2, 7-2 against EUnited.
Look at Icy with the eyes, man. The crazy eyes that Icy gives off. And this guy is a threat. He, of course, is pissed that he was banned. He is back. I think the beast is going to be unleashed in this one. And here we go. It looks like it's actually kicking things off early. Might be a warm-up here. I think we're live. No, we are live, actually. Jumping straight into gameplay. The Swarm team is Ghost Gaming. The COD team is Optic, but it looks like it is a little bit of a warm-up or technical issues before we jump into this one. False alarm here. And that's more opportunity to build the suspense, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, there's one thing I want to point out. You called out Icy, you know, he's firing his eyes. Icy's known for more than his gameplay. What does he do for his team to hype him up?
Yeah, 100%. Icy, since the EUnited days, actually, I'm going to take it way back.
Yes.
War 3, notorious. I remember Icy in a red flannel shirt getting up and screaming at the other team. There's nothing worse than being verbal by someone in a flannel shirt.
You also forget his red camo shorts that he would wear every Sunday. Championship Sunday Icy shorts. I don't get
He's smiling. Look at the smile that he hears.
But he is definitely one of those players that you have to look out for. He brings energy, and what that does to Optic is it also boosts up people like Explosives. They get the energy and they continue going forward with it.
Now, as we talk about Icy, Optic Gaming, they've gone through, you know, numerous subs this offseason throughout his suspension. What does a win mean for Red Icy, and what does a loss mean to him?
I think that it's going to solidify, you know, Icy's stake in the team again. You know, there's a lot of people have a lot of questions. You know, they lost to Allegiance earlier. They were saying, you know, people aren't as focused, they're not practicing as much, but I think that just shores it up. You know, as Optic plays on land, they become more comfortable. They are able to be as dominant as they can be.
Oh, quite definitely. And on Optic Gaming, I would love to get a shout out to Explosives. A lot of people are saying he's the best in-game leader ever in this game. Fallout, agree or disagree?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of great ones. You know, of course, Atmo back in the day, Prospect, Killa on the Insanes, Predator on the Insanes, but you got to give it to Explosive. Hands down, Optic Gaming is the best dynasty to have ever existed in Gears esports history, and they're going to continue. That is for sure. And I got to say, Walter, you brought up people have questions about Optic Gaming roster. My only question is, who has a question? How could you deny the fact that this Optic Gaming squad is the most dominant team in console esports right now? I think they're going to show it. I think Ghost Gaming takes map number 1. I think Optic takes the series 2-1.
Wow, I mean, definitely a bold prediction to say the least. I remember we were here yesterday, Fallout, and we were saying about Optic Gaming losing their first game, and we were also confident. It's like, yeah, they may have lost, but they'll be able to bounce back. They'll be in the final, and here we are, one step closer. However, Ghost Gaming are shutting them down 5 players, and Explosive just coming off the respawn, but it's Identives and Ribs here still alive.
And we called out Ribs, and he takes out Summons. Ribs responds with the triple kill to kick things off here. Jordan Ribs, who of course had the support of his entire family at the New York City Regionals, looking to perform for them as they're watching from home online. Great start from Ribs to kick this one off.
Going into second side here, we're just getting a little bit of a taste of what Ghost Gaming do start strong here with the 2-cap B and C under their control and on board with Icy. We've talked about him a lot. He's rocking with the shotgun, he's rocking with Mental right now, and he is going to put Speedy down as we see that. Mental coming in, and we're going to see Sleepy Time trying to take down Explosive, but rolling back and forth, heading back towards A now. B has been neutralized. Nay won't be neutralized just yet, but it is under pressure. Yeah, big fight going on towards that home. Now look at the reinforcements that come in for Ghost. All up to Summons now. He's going to take out one, but get shut down immediately following. That leaves us in a 4-on-4. Icy and Kenny want static. They're playing aggressive for this home hill. And Explosive, of course, spawning back up. Here comes the push. Here comes the fight. It's going to be Sleepy Time that takes out Explosive. Icy gets shut down as well. And just like that, Ghost Gaming, who has emerged as quite the fan favorite, online at least, starting very, very strong here. Optic Gaming and the Green Wall here in Dallas probably disagree. Yeah, Ghost Gaming, I think this is what they needed. They need to start strong. You give any type of momentum to a team like Optic Gaming, they'll run away with it. They'll take, give them an inch, take a mile. Classic standards here. But Kenny, he's going to take down Ribs now. And now you can see that they're pushing forward. They're being aggressive here, John.
Yeah, and Momo, you see a great play from Ghost. They take out 2, but exactly what Ribs said. You cannot let Mental clutch up. He picks up a double kill down at the B hill, and just like that, momentum back in Optic's favor. And as soon as you give Optic even an ounce of advantage, they're going to capitalize. Of course, as I say that, though, Ribs Identives take out 1. Mental going to take out Rushies. It is back and forth, swinging of the pendulum right now in round number 1.
Mental and Icy 2v2 here. Someone's got to break it. The break will come in. However, Icy's just one down, make it the double, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to stop that one. No one down at B. The triple cap comes in, and now we're seeing players stand up. Icy's already getting hype. You talked about this hype before the game. I mean, some players will wait till round 3 or 4 or 5. This guy's doing it in round 1.
Well, that is the pickup in Icy that I think was brilliant in Season 1. Lava, of course, was the former hype man of this team, known to get up, known to get loud, but Icy takes it to a whole nother level. And I said you see red in his eyes, and that red has turned into a black right now as he is shooting through Ghosts in Ghost Gaming.
And I think Icy's got a lot to prove. We kind of touched on it before the game of, yes, Optic winning without him. Like, I'm not going to say people are going to say they don't need him, but, how good is Icy? I remember when he joined this team, he was such a big, impactful player, and I think he's got, that same point to prove once again. He's got to kind of assert his dominance, come in, and really show Optic Gaming, why he is in this team.
Yep, so interesting weapon placement there. Ghost is actually going to block out the B hill down low weapon spawn, which I like that decision. I think it's really going to come down to, can Ghost win their initial? I think if Ghost wins their early fights, if they call good strats, if they execute, there's such a good mid-round transition team. There's such a good wolf packing team. I think if they win the initials, of course, last round I had to eat my hordes there, but I think they'll be in a pretty good spot. I like the decision by Ghost. Not to change things up too much.
Nice overlook in the middle here, and we're going to get a bloodbath as we go into it. Rushy's picking up a teammate. Sleepy Time does go down. Speedy trace things out onto Icy. Explosive and Mental, though, 2 go down either side, and this is not done yet. Speedy destroying Mental there, and again, this time it goes in favor of Ghost Gaming with the initials.
And typically in Gears Esports, one team is the clear winner of the initials. Both of these rounds here, it has been an unclear winner as they just take turns slaying each other out. I think it goes to show how closely even and matched these two teams are.
We are going to see the B go in favor of Ghost Gaming, as those initials did favor them for a second. Points just slightly in favor of Optic, but that was soon to change.
Ooh, 6 kills already. I'm going to praise my man Waldo here for hopping on board with Mental. You guys know him. You love him. Your Season 1 MVP, staying sneaky. He's in a 1v1. He's going to actually brick Rushies, but Rushies takes him out. Perhaps Rushies looking to make a statement here in Season 2, win the 1v against Mental.
Definitely making a statement early on here. However, Optic Gaming 1-0 up in the first map. If you just joined us, this is map number 1. Will we see a third? Will it go the distance? However, potential domination coming in. I think a break's going to come down at C. B is going to go in favor of Ghost Gaming. Nope, over at A, we are going to see the break. However, the pressure is being put on by Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, huge plays. Oh, no! Optic does something they rarely do. It was actually Mental of all people. Misses a standstill one-shot kill. But Kenny, it's all good. He's got you, bud. He's going to take out 2. Big plays from Kenny. Clutched up in the 1v2 to keep Optic in this round. A beautiful reaction shot right there from Explosives. If I could some way somehow get that in slow-mo, that was unbelievable. Nice reaction shot. Explosives really heating up here.
You know what, I know how hard that reaction shot is. John, you were trying to teach me it before. Obviously, this event, telling me how to do it. Not a clue, but Explosive. And I heard you guys touching on it. They make it look so easy, so effortless, and these guys, obviously the experience and the time, the dedication they put into this game, really showing here. But two top caliber teams going head to head across this top catwalk right now. We're going to see Ghost Gaming putting the pressure on. Summons, tail between his legs, running away. 3 players go down, and now Ghost Gaming have the advantage.
Speedy needs to be careful there. He's getting flanked. Speedy 180. No, he's going to get shut down. Look at Ghost Gaming. We talk about their ability to wolf pack, and they did exactly that, pushing the C hill with ease, really. But look at this. Even though Ghost Gaming is dominating the kill category this round, it's only about a 15-point lead. A statistic we don't look at often in Gears Esports is breaks. One thing we noted is taking our statistics at the NYC Regionals, Optic Gaming has a substantial amount of more breaks than any other team, and I think it really is why Optic is able to stay close and stay tight in these rounds, even when they lose the initials.
Really is. That it's just that clutch factor once again. It's not necessarily always mental. We see Kenny come in clutch with a big 2-piece explosive already, showing why he is such a great in-game leader, and of course a player individually. We're going to see smokes coming in from Summons under pressure. 2 players pushing in. The Lance of Fire coming across now. Be waiting for that team help. Not needed right now. Sleepy time. He's down. Can Speedy do anything? Biden his time. Summons waiting for the teamwork, and there we have it. And just like that, Optic Gaming come out on top once again.
Oh, big plays. Summons sitting in a little pocket on boxes. A lot of people don't realize that's a power spot. It's really hard to get hit with a mental shot if you're tucked into that corner. And Summons, of course, realizes that. He gets to that power position. He does work against Speedy and Sleepy time in the middle of the map. Summons in that position really had all odds against him and somehow pulls out 2 kills. And guess what? Optic Gaming is going to profit. Here comes that push, though, all up to Ribs. Ribs takes out 1, gets shut down after. Ghost Gaming is going to need a 3-cap, at least a break pretty soon here. It's not going to help when Mental is doing mental things. He picks up a double kill, and just like that, Optic is looking to go up 2-0 in this one.
Yeah, they're looking to put the pressure on now. 2-cap, they're in the lead. They're hitting that 200 mark, and if Ghost Gaming don't do anything quickly here, it will be another round, and Optic Gaming, they are going to close out round number 2 just like that.
Oh, Y button execution. I turn behind me, I see the game, and I see Icy Y buttoning the last member of Optic right there. Of course, form of disrespect. Of course, there's a little bit of a rivalry between these 2 teams as a result of Ghost winning those first couple 2Ks. Talking quite a bit of smack on Twitter. Explosive wasn't happy about that one.
Well, when it comes down to LAN, sometimes the online gets put to one side, and this is a grudge match going head to head. Like you said, Optic Gaming, they're not the seed number 1 here coming into this tournament. We are going to get a weapon placement. We got a boom right in the middle, John.
Yeah, oh, that's huge. That is a game changer. I mentioned I like the decision from Ghost to not place a weapon on the map early on. But look, they're losing a lot of the fights. They're losing the rounds clearly. They're strong in the initials. They feel confident in their initials. Ribs has helped them win both initials. And I think this is a smart decision to play boom shot middle. Of course, this map is going to be heavily revolved around this boom shot. Will we see a quick pick? No, instead we're going to see them fighting over it.
Mental on your screen, taking damage, giving it just as well as he gets. And 1, make it 2 there as Explosive. Kenny also joining, and all down. Identity's the last one here. And you know what, Optic Gaming, there's not a hill in favor of anyone right now, but all those kills going in their favor, they're going to be able to set up so well.
And look how fast of a round that is for Optic Gaming. Wow. Optic says, you place a boom shot, we will punish you with huge plays. What Summons did, bottom statue right there, was nothing short of amazing. Full red from the 1v1 fight that he was fighting on left-hand disadvantage, by the way. I think it was Sleepy Time who had right hand on him, and he turns 180s, bodies rushes, and you see Icy making sure that they know it.
Icy just shouting across. Good games, guys. I think it was, maybe I was poor at lip reading there, but Incense looking to be placed down here near the statue, and it's a quick placement. They're looking to get back in this game. Some teams, of course, obviously use that full time just to kind of talk things over, maybe go through a different strategy, but they're wanting to get into this as soon as possible. What do you think Ghost Gaming are doing wrong? Is it just simply Optic doing Optic right now and they're just outplaying them? Or is Ghost maybe, you know, playing too slow, playing too fast? From your kind of, you know, professional career, what would you kind of explain or kind of tell these guys right now if you could?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint something in particular. It looks like they'll actually get a chance. Technical timeout going on right now to talk things over. But what I would say is I'm staying positive. I'm passing good vibes. A lot of people know about this Ghost Gaming squad. They are very, very passionate. They wear their emotions on their sleeves. So if I'm Fatal Strike, the brand new coach of this team, or Sleepy Time, the captain of this team, I'm spitting good vibes. I mean, you're winning your initials. You're winning a lot of the fights. I'm reminding people to stay disciplined and say, look, when we win our initials, we need to capitalize. A couple of missed opportunities for Ghost, but right now they just look deflated. And I think I'm already going to have to eat my words here. Optic Gaming, led by Kenny, Icy, Mental, Explosives, and of course, someone's on that team are really just having their way right now with Ghost.
Okay, I think we're back into the game, and already we're back to Explosive and Mental taking down 2 players. Rushies, though, and Ribs. Ribs picking up the incense, however. Optic Gaming, they put 3 down already, and this time, Optic Gaming, they're looking for another strong push here. Kenny, this time, with that boom.
Yeah, a little advice from Kenny. He's going to launch a boom. Even though he was at an elevation disadvantage, I'm a firm believer 2 booms should always equal 2 kills. You have rockets in your hand. Use them wisely. Kenny misses one there. First, a small mistake for this Optic squad, who's really airless in a lot of ways. On board now with summons.
Okay, we've seen Optic Gaming, and I think, you know, a lot of credit. Farouk kind of, you know, discussed and got those answers out, those guys. He said how they're ending games very quickly. We saw a 7-0, 7-0.
Yep.
I know it's a little bit too soon to kind of say, but it's 3-0. What are we looking at here? Is this going to be a whitewash? You expect Ghost to fight back?
You know, honestly, Optic has lost 4 rounds since losing to Allegiance. I think it's going to continue. Ooh, Kenny with a self-kill right there in a 2v1. Good job by Rush. He's forcing a martyr. But I think Optic's going to continue to roll here. I think they're doing a great job on Saturday. A lot of people made a big deal out of them losing to Allegiance, and it sends a message, yes. But the reality is, pool play is great. It's important. But for Optic Gaming, it does not matter. They are a team that's going to show up on Saturday and Sunday, and that is why I tweeted out a couple hours ago, I think my prediction is still for Optic to win this whole event.
Yeah, I think if anyone's predicting otherwise, you know, they're going against Dodge. Yes, they're not seed number 1, but the reputation, you know, the experience that they have, I think it'd be a bit crazy, a bit wild to predict anything else but that. Icy on your screen, taking damage, giving it as good as he gets, but Rushies does say no. Mental and summons. Kenny as well getting into the mix. Just like that, 3 plays. Make it 4 on times. Make it 5 for a second. Speed is going to be the last one up, but they're going to be pushing for the domination. Mental and Explosive side by side. Joined at the hip. They're going for the domination here.
Explosive, playing aggressive, and Speedy. Full red, he's going to get down, and that's going to be all she wrote. Ghost Gaming deflated right now. I mean, absolutely deflated. And look at Gilbert getting up. Oh, captain, my captain, leading the way, of course, in the kills category, but also with some of the trash talk. Great performance from Gil right here. And man, I got to say, you saw Optic beat Ghost at NYC Regionals with the sub in Pell, who, by the way, has had a good event with 88 Chambers. But that's why going into this event, if you were going to predict Ghost wins this tournament, I think you're crazy. I'm sorry, wins this match. I think you're crazy. Optic Gaming has Ghost number. Explosive knows it. Optic knows it. And I think they're making sure the rest of the Gears community knows it as well.
It's kind of crazy to say, and we always look at, you know, the likes of Icy and Explosive kind of getting up, getting that hype. When you just pan to the left a little bit, and you got Summons and Mental just sitting there, just chilling, like, yeah, we're just doing our job right now. We're, you know, picking up rounds. The difference in players really kind of shows through, and it's good to kind of have that balance in the team as well.
Yep. Of course, since that boom shot was placed middle, that forces a 1-versus-1 fight. Oh, and it needs to, of course. Icy has those in his hands. He misses one, misses the second. Icy completely abandoned that 1v1 and decides to opt to rotate to his teammates instead. Smart decision right there by Icy as the action here picked up.
Taking down one in the middle, and he's going to be rewarded with the boom. Looking like Icy's in trouble. He is. Speedy getting in and getting out, getting the help of his teammate here at the statue as well. Key point, though, no points scored, no hills captured right now. But we're getting into the later stages, obviously, of the first half here. The respawn, obviously, a little bit more. Very important to play your life at this point.
That's something you might notice there. I think Mental picked up the boom shot. There's actually a feature in Gears you can trade power weapons to your teammates. So despite Kenny missing a couple booms last round, they trust him as the power weapon player of the team. He's the explosives weapon player. He's going to pick up that boom and try and make up for it. Kenny hits his first one, and he's going to be able to get the A-hill as a result.
Top pistol in the hands, going to change back into that Nasher, of course. All 5 players either side are back up and running here, but Optic Gaming, it's a one-way street right now, and it's a green wall leading that path here. Kenny still having the boom in his hands, and you know what, Rushies or the player just behind the wall there, make a wrong move and, you know, you're getting blown up. It's sleepy time. Let's see what Kenny can do. I want to see when this is implemented, but it looks like he's backing off for a second. He's rotating round to A. The call-out has begun. But again, that boom's on his back.
And he has it out. Oh, good job. Kenny not getting baited for that one. And he's just going to literally take his time here. He can force... Oh, nice movement from Identivs right there. So he can force Identivs' hand right now with that boom shot. He's going to do exactly that. Connects with the first boom, which full-redded Identivs. Hits a couple shots, wins that one, and just like that, Optic is going to take yet another one. So what I thought was going to be a close match, a great match, a match I was looking forward to all day, has been all Optic.
And you know what? It's you know, I take a deep breath and I kind of, you know, we go into with such anticipation. An Optic almost ruin it for us. They just kind of shut them down, and it's just so one-sided right now. Icy letting them know every single opportunity he can. In-game, out-of-game, 5-0. Are we going to see the 7-0 whitewash?
I think we are. I think we are. And honestly, 7-0 here, I think that's all she wrote after this map. Because this is the map, again, and talking to Franchise before this match, I mentioned this in the pregame, Franchise, who plays against these guys every day, obviously knows them very well, mentioned that Ghost and Echo Fox have the better hand against Optic in Season 2 on Foundation. Well, I guess that doesn't look to be the case right now.
We're on land.
They're on land. Different story, of course, with Optic on land.
Okay, Boom still right in the middle as well. We're going to see a bloodbath as we go down. Jumping on board with Sleepy Time, see what he can do. It looks like his first to enter this one, but who's going to get that first blood? Sleepy Time is going to be double teamed, and this time Kenny is going to be the one to take him down. Rushy's fallen as well. Look at that kill feed. Blue, blue, and more blue. Not what you usually hear when you say Optic Gaming, but for this time it is, and they've taken 3 down. They're pushing forward, and wouldn't surprise me if they're looking for that domination once again.
I don't want to. Oh
my. Beautiful.
Top shot right there with the bull talk. Oh my goodness, Identives, you are putting on a show right now. Big bull talk double kill, and that's exactly what you need for Ghost Gaming to try and get back into this one.
Get Identives hyped up. We knew what he could do, obviously, on the X-Splice team. He literally dragged that team through with that hype, and you know, he's with this Ghost Gaming squad now. He's made a big move here. New teammates. Just trying to make a point here, but same old story. Optic Gaming do dominate when we're going to be sitting here. Ghost Gaming, though, they're trying to take control of B for the first time. Looking like it's going back in Optic Gaming favor. 2 to go down. Explosives and Kenny either side. Double headshot for Speedy. The domination potential, and how has that happened?
And look at Kenny. Look at Kenny. You're exactly right. They get a double kill, and Kenny gets up and says, "Nice job. You killed 2 of us, but you're not playing the objective." And instead, it is Ghost that loses that round. And Kenny, even Kenny, who is one of the most soft-spoken people in Gears Esports, is going to get up and talk smack.
Talk to me, Fallout, because a lot of people at home may be looking at that, maybe looking at the same things I am. You know, that kill feed was trading back and forth. How did Optic Gaming there just dominate? Was it the positioning that they were in? Were they just the smarter team?
100%. Yeah, I mean, really, in a lot of ways, I don't think it was intentional, but Kenny and Explosive, by baiting the fight out to Statue, allowed their 3 teammates to literally spread to all 3 hills, capture all 3 hills. Ghost Gaming got so tunnel vision on getting some kills and supporting Identives that Optic was able to just sneak away those 3 kills. A little sneaky man play themselves for Optic Gaming, where Rushy's known to make that play popular.
Okay, A, B, and C have been flipped to D and F, and you know what? You may only see 1 round of this because Optic Gaming are an absolute warpath. Identives destroyed by summons there. Rushy's as well. 2 kills for him already in this round, and now he's pushing forward. No mercy. He's not looking to turn around, not looking to look back. He's going straight to F. He's going to be taken down finally, but he's got the teammate backing him up. Now a 2v2 here at the Fountains.
Yep, of course, supposed to get taken out. Summon's going to get shut down as well. Good Lancer team fire from Ghost. They're showing some life here. Mental, and a big 1v1. He's going to shut down Speedy here. So, of course, as soon as Ghost gets some life, Mental sucks it out of them, and it's going to be the duos. And look how well they're wolfpacking again. It looks like our little revive. Okay, no, he's going to get in. And look how well they're wolfpacking. It was Summons and Explosive, revive chaining and flying. Icy and Mental, revive chaining and flying. And this Optic squad is just doing such a good job sticking together and working together.
Yeah, absolutely love the fact that these they go in pairs or wolfpacking, like you said. The fact that the revives are always coming. Bit of a slip of the finger there as Explosive is taken down. Kenny as well. Mental falls. Summon answers back, but Sleepy Time with the double. And this is an absolute bloodbath here at the Fountains. It doesn't really matter, but E is changing hands. Optic Gaming is. And how is Icy still alive? The Nasher in hand. How is no one taking him down?
Oh my God.
Down. But in that space of time, Optic Gaming take back E-Hill. And now they have the control.
I mean, exactly. How? Icy didn't get a kill. And a lot of people would say that's a failure. No, he forced 3 members, if not 4 members of Ghost Gaming to backtrack to their home hill to kill Icy. His movement was that spectacular. How did he stay alive for so long? I don't know, but now Optic Gaming profits. 2 hills to 1 is their lead.
Summons is going to be denied that time after taking down Identities. But we look at the scoreboard, and I don't think if we even had a round that went to 210, I'm not too sure. I can't think of one, but 129 and counting. Optic Gaming about to take the lead with a 2-cap here. Explosive living up to the name with a double kill, trying to make the triple, but wisely backing down, trying to stay alive, and that's what happens. Mental comes in, trades the kill, and he'll be picked up.
And guess what? Explosive's not going to die. It's that simple. They're working together, and that's what people don't realize, the value of revives. I don't think we have a revive stat line on the backboard. But reviving is so important. I know Optic has so many more breaks, but Optic also has so many more revives. I mean, just look at their gameplay right now. Stellar from Optic, and finally it's going to be Rushies that tries to shut things down. It might be too little too late. 2 hills to 1, and I think it's going to be enough of a lead here for Optic. I think they just need a 1 hill, especially if Icy can keep him off his cap, which he's not going to be able to.
Not going to be able to just yet. You look over 190 to 180. Potentially they could come back, but Kenny B finds the first, finds the seconds, and just the glimpse of hope that they have is just denied. It's taken away. Explosive pushing forward. Icy letting them know in-game as well. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Optic Gaming, they will take the first map, and
They're all standing up.
7-0.
Every single one of them are standing up. Of course, besides Mental, who's sitting calm and collected in his chair. But look at them. They're on top of the world. They just took turns. Summons, then Mental, then Gilbert, then Kenny, then Icy, grabbing double kills, dominating. And Waldo, if anyone had any question as to whether Optic Gaming should change their roster, I think that was just answered just now.
Yeah, that was a trouncing if I've ever seen one by Optic Gaming. And the biggest reason why is because Ghost Gaming the entire time was kill-centric focused. They didn't play the objectives, they weren't playing the power weapons, and they're just losing every gunfight. You take one member down, you don't end up picking up the kill, you don't get the execution, and then you end up suffering because the whole fact is that there's 2 more Optic Gaming members coming up behind you.
You know what? Ghost, they weren't themselves. I mean, Optic, they came to play. Ghost Gaming, they just picked up a controller. How did Red Icy live in that home hill?
40 seconds, like, it was a good 30 seconds that he was alive. And they weren't even shooting at him. He just stalled for time. And then you talk about resource allocation. They spent 4 people on one person who was doing nothing but stalling for time. Leave him alone.
Yes.
Leave 2 people, send them across the map, play the objective, play around the map. I don't understand that.
Oh, definitely. Ghost Gaming, they definitely have to pick it up. Listen, a lot of people like them. They have a huge fan base. But I say we learn more about Ghost Gaming.
I would describe my team as the up-and-coming team. We have what it takes to win. We have all the tool set. We have the leadership, the versatility. Obviously, we have the skill. But at the same time, we still have a lot to learn, and our potential is as high as any team right now in the circuit. This has been a very long off-season. So in that time, you know, 2 new additions to the team, myself and Identives, who've just been trying to mesh with other players, learn our role in the team. So we're definitely the team that everyone's looking out for. You know, they could try to upset us, but at the same time, we could definitely beat any team at this point.
Welcome back. Optic Gaming steamrolled Ghost Gaming. Listen, Ghost Gaming, they're known for their slaying prowess. I mean, Rushies was held to 3 kills in the 3rd round. What needs to happen for this team?
Yeah, you know, look, I was very, very critical of Ghost Gaming NYC Regionals. And you can point to skill, you can point to teamwork. I think it's even more deeply rooted than that. I think it's a deep cultural issue. I think it's a squad that, you know, look, they had great skill. They were put together by the Ghost Gaming management team, but they just haven't meshed well as a team. I mean, they're good individually. When they're hot, but I think they need to find a way to stay more consistent, stay more composed. I'm not going to instigate that much, but Identive's had his Splice Lancer out. I think he misses his boys back on Ronin, too.
Oh, no, definitely. But you know what? Flashy gameplay, you know, being good individually, you're going to need more than that to be Optic Gaming. Echo Fox knows that as well. I mean, for instance, Identives had a nasty Botok double headshot, but you need to be like Optic. They're Wolfpack in their teamwork. John, on Dam, what do you see happening here?
I think you need Ghost Gaming to be uplifted, positive, energized. I think there's no better person to do it than Fatal Strike, the new coach of this team, which, by the way, best kept secret in Gears of War for a long time. Fatal Strike, the coach of the squad for the past few weeks, of course, joining their team. No one had any idea until Friday when he showed up in a Ghost Gaming jersey. I think if anyone can keep him in the game, I think it's going to be Fatal Strike. If I'm Ghost, you need to win a couple kills, a couple small wins, and trash talk and use that momentum. It's going to help when Rushies and Identives in the middle of the map do exactly that.
It's crazy to me when, you know, I cast over Ghost Gaming yesterday and there's so many kind of special moments, whether it's Rushies or Speedy, you know, even Identives with those kind of star-studded moments. But Optic Gaming, they just nullify everything. They don't allow them any space to breathe. And it kind of just summarizes Optic Gaming as a squad, because Ghost Gaming, they'll run through your open bracket teams, your full play teams, but you come up against an Optic Gaming and it's a different beast. I'd love to see a much closer game, Ghost Gaming. Maybe it's the map. We're coming into Dam here and we can see that they've just gathered the A and B hill.
I just noticed something there. Identives in that situation, their team has a 4-on-2, just pushed by himself into the away hill without any team support. Ooh, nice little nerd angle right there from Explosive, but pushed up and got taken out. That's, you value your life a little bit more in that situation. I think you need to be working with your teammates in Wolfpack and take a page out of Optic's book, and now Optic has an opportunity to bounce back. But Rushies shuts it down.
Rushies coming in hot here at round number 1, Mental and Icy. Again, I do want to point out a couple of revives coming in there for Optic Gaming. No revives coming in for Ghost, and we're going to see this change hands. Optic Gaming will take, of course, the bumping station as we see Identives rolling on all the way back there to his home hill. What can he do now? He's just trying to hold off. The question is, do Optic Gaming, they just hold this now? They hold the 2 cap, they push for the 3, they're waiting for the Ghost Gaming squad to push in.
The best thing to do in this situation, hold a 2 cap, take that advantage back slowly but surely. It's the first round, 10-second respawn timers, and especially on Dam, there's no reason to go for the 3 cap this early on. But of course, on the flip side, it is going to be Ghost that's trying to put together a well-organized break strat, working out well for them so far, led by Sleepy Time. He gets the first kill. Identive's going to get taken out by Explosive, though, in that key 1 versus 1. He now takes another one against Rushies. Woo, bit of a back and forth here. Oh, and it's going to be Rushies that comes out on top.
Rushies and Speedy, the 2 that do make a difference when it matters sometimes. A is actually changing hands. Do want to point out Optic Gaming hitting the flank there. Have got both home hills now for Ghost Gaming. They have that bumping station. Again, though, Optic Gaming, after all of that, they still control 2 hills. A is going to go to neutralization until Ghost Gaming do take control now. But look at the score fallout, 141 apiece.
Oh no, Icy just pulled off the most disgusting mental shot to take out Speedy there. And look what Summons did by overextending, breaking the hill, and forcing 3 Lancers to look at you. That opened up Icy to push that B hill, and that really is the difference in this round. Optic Gaming is going to win this round now if Kenny can win this 1 versus 1 because of that play by Summons to stay alive. Huge plays by Summons, but Ribs with the up A is going to take out Kenny. Well played by him.
Yeah, strong plays now. I will say a strong first round here for Ghost Gaming. They've not rolled over. They've not let the domination come in, and they've shown exactly their strengths here. And maybe it was the map pick. We'll have to wait and see as we get into the nitty-gritty stuff here. On down for 185 to 180, and no, my goodness, Icy, just like that, taking 2 down, rotating round. B will go back in favor of Optic Gaming, but do they close it out here?
This is huge. B hill fight. They need to break the A hill. If they do not get a break in this scenario, that is it. Smoker needs to come in, and Optic needs to fly at this A hill. Gonna be a kill picked up by Mental. 2 kills picked up by Explosive, and just like that, Explosive gets the break, and Optic Gaming is gonna win this first round.
Rib said it himself, he needs to stop the clutch factor. It wasn't stopped that time. Optic Gaming pushing. You saw the hesitation, not hesitation, sorry, that you saw them just kind of pause for a second and purposely hesitate, if you like, and just sit back, wait for that right timing. Then they push in, they pick up those important 1v1s, and they take control again. They neutralize it just at that right time. Such precision, such timing. Fantastic stuff once again. Optic Gaming 1-0 up.
Yeah, and again, I want to point back to the smallest play. We saw some great individual plays. Explosive gets a couple kills. Icy picks up a double, but really, Summons overextending, breaking the away hill, and despite his entire team getting wiped at B hill, won them that round. They get some valuable points that ended up mattering, and then he also forced 3 Lancers to backtrack to kill him, which allowed Icy the opportunity to get a double kill. And if you give Icy a chance to unleash the beast, you already know he's going to do exactly that. He picks up a double, and Optic Gaming secures the break that they need to win the round. Very well done.
Okay, well, it was 7-0, now 1-0. I definitely think a much better performance there from Ghost Gaming. Let it slip towards the end. We've got Incense coming into the map either side. Just to point out, of course, the weapon drop, respawn increasing a tiny bit here, but we're going to see Summon, Speedy, and Mental all in that kill feed. Mental, of course, utilizing those Incense straight away. Can he make a second? Explosive coming up clutch once again and finding his feet here. And we do see Optic Gaming, they're going to take control of B.
Number of Ribs right now, 6 kills to his name. He's just trying to play a line of defense here, and Optic realizes it. I think it's going to be Explosive. He backs out and resets things to Kenny's support. Can he get the revive? Yes, he does. And now Ghost Gaming, a little bit of a trap here from Optic. If Optic can use some good Lancers, Ribs goes down, Smoke comes out. Here comes Kenny. Smoke grenade going to be thrown. Speedy is stunned. Kenny takes out 1. That's all he needed. That's all he wanted. No, he wants more. He's going to get taken out, though, for his over-aggression by Rushies. But it's okay. Mental picking up the kill on the other side of the map.
That's it. A little bit greedy, maybe, you think. But then, you know, what happens? Mental steps in, picks up 2, and just denies any kind of push that Ghost Gaming, any type of momentum they may gain. They're actually going for the triple gap here. 1 player is sat in the back of that truck. 2 players now back and forth. But this is a fight for a home hill. All this time, Optic Gaming, of course, are collecting those points you can see in the top left, and they're fine as they are. Now, Ghost Gaming, they have to push. They have to try and break this this pumping station. Optic Gaming, they're not going to put this over easy at all.
Yeah, of course. Optic is 2 steps ahead of Ghost in this scenario. They're going to rotate 3 resources over to B, and they recognize, hey, Ghost is pushing for B hills. They're not going for home and away hill push. Ghost is going to get the break on B. I like the smoke screen right there to get a double break. Now they got to get some kills. Kenny bouncing on the flank here. No one knows. No, Rib's going to call it out finally. Puts himself in the best spot, and Kenny hits the reaction shot, but gets taken out immediately following a great reaction shot right there by Kenny, connecting for a beautiful one.
Fantastic stuff again from Kenny. You see Speedy and Identives, though, doing damage over towards that pumping station. We are seeing a strong lead here for Optic Gaming, but we're seeing the hills change in favor of Ghost Gaming. Can they get the first round of the series? And yes, we're in map number 2 when I say that. On the board, Summons putting that Lantern Fire in. A is going to be neutralized. However, Optic Gaming, they've just ended them off for a second. Optic Gaming still going through. Summons on your screen, Lancer Fire. He's got to try and take A back. He doesn't want obviously domination to come in. 144 to 121, but let it burn, says Speedy. An explosive. Oh my goodness, he's taking down Identives. He's taking down everyone right now. Kenny's going down as well. We are going to see Ghost Gaming narrow that lead, 137 to 147 right now.
Rushy's now 6 kills and 2 downs for him. Ribs picks up a headshot, and Ghost only down by 10 points here. Despite what seems like it's been a strong Optic round, Ghost Gaming doing a great job staying in it. Explosive wins a key 1v against Speedy. Now he's up against Rush. He's the other Slayer of this team. And Explosive, smart play, is going to back out. Look at the trust right there. That's where Ghost turns 3 members to kill 1 person. Explosive says, Summons, you're the best player in the game. I'm going to let you do it. Because they really do believe they are the best 5 players in the game. They trust each other as such. And look at them literally tag your it. Kenny gets a double. Summons picked up 1. And now it's going to be Explosive who gets the last one. I've never seen a team Wolfpack and Revive and play for each other more than I've seen Optic Gaming do this right now.
And overall right there, Ghost Gaming got 0 kills. Yes, they got about 3 downs, but every single person was picked up. C now going in favor of Optic Gaming. Can they get the triple cap? Not going to happen, but look at the scoreboard. He's going over 200. It's pretty much done and dusted and dancing around. Mental having some fun. Not going to change anything. Ribs is trying to enter B, but just denied once again. And that was the one round where Optic, they were on the back foot. They were in their own base. We saw Summons just kind of holding it down. Lance Fire, yes, you've neutralized our home hill. But we're all going to spawn up. We're all going to push you back, and we are going to win the round. And that's what they do. 9 rounds back to back here.
Yep, back to back. And not only that, I think the count is at 52-4. Optic is 52-4 or so, give or take, plus or minus a few rounds, since losing 2-0 to Allegiance on Friday night. Talk about resilience. Talk about character being defined in times of adversity. Optic Gaming showing their true grit right now.
And they have the whitewash. We've already seen a 7-0, 7-0 on the main stage by Optic.
Ghost, Momo?
I mean, you know, we understood that, you know, sometimes Optic can 14-0 a team, but when you look at the likes of Ghost, you expect rounds to be put on the board. This is not something you'd expect. Complete whitewash. We are going to see Sleepy Time, though. He's got the talk. He's going to back down. Intense as well, coming in, taking damage, but trying to get out alive there. The pressure's being put off by Optic Gaming, and this time it's from Kenny. Kenny is going to go down. The revive coming in from Speedy, but Mental still in the mix.
Yep, of course, you have to up on Mental. I'm board of Mental here. Mental and Icy in a 2 versus 2 situation. Mental hits a couple good shots. He takes out 1. Mental goes for the reaction shot. It doesn't matter. He hits the one after that. He takes out Speedy. Mental is popping off right now for Optic. Huge double kill, but Rushies and Ribs shut it down. And now Ghost Gaming doing a great job in this round, keeping Optic away from that B hill. Well done by Ribs to secure themselves a B hill fight, but you cannot fight that fight on left-hand Rushies. Not sure why he decided to challenge that one.
Yep, runs straight into the death. You know, all Summons here, and he's not finished just yet. He's got 2 players, but he's running straight at them. He is not scared of anyone. Ribs is going to go down, but I'm not sure if he can finalize that kill, as he's going to fall as well. Ribs does go down eventually there. Identives with the headshot coming in now. Speedy backing him up, and you know what, Ghost Gaming, they're showing resilience. Look at the scoreboard, a strong lead, but never rule Optic Gaming out. A domination can come through with a flick of a switch.
Oh my gosh, Mental with the mental shot, he turns, goes for the double kill. Can he connect? Yes, he does. It is literally a game of King of the Hill warm-ups. It is a free-for-all right now for Optic, as they have just used their shotguns the entire time. I've seen them Lancer like 4 times total this map. It is just a bloodbath, pure carnage for Optic.
Credit to Rushies, though. He's answered back with 2 himself. Menon might have picked up 3. Ghost Gaming doing everything that they can to stay in this here. Summons just beating him down, just bashing away at him. Ribs doesn't stand a chance there, and now Optic Gaming, for the first time in this round, are going to have the 2 cap here. Intense in the hands of Speedy. Icy just dipping away.
Big fight going down. Speedy, 16 kills. He's doing what he can in this one. 16 in 2 rounds, man. That's impressive from Speedy. Summons 10 kills of his own, but look at the score difference. It was about 50 or 60 points. Optic's done a good job diminishing that deficit, and now Ghost Gaming looking to get control of that B hill. Of course, if Optic holds the 2 cap, they will win the round based on points and math alone. Mental gonna get tagged up by that fire there, so Mental does basically kill himself by running into fire.
Sometimes this is about pride, and you've got to take 1 round at a time. And Ghost Gaming, they can't think any further than finalizing 1 round. Just get 1 on the board, get some momentum, and 3 players go down for Optic. This maybe is their chance. They're going to break 150. They're going to take back B and maybe push for this triple cap here. But Optic Gaming, they're not scoring anything at this given time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Ghost Gaming round in its entirety. I think Optic has 1 last push, 1 last opportunity to officially suck the soul out of Ghost. If they win this round, I mean, that is just embarrassing this thing. Let's see what Optic can do, but Ghost Gaming doing a great job this round, playing for each other, shooting for each other, and setting up. Oh, almost Speedy with the torque bow across map. Summons takes out one. That is how things start. Can the snowball turn into an avalanche? Speedy gonna get taken out by Icy. Icy's gonna go down, but it doesn't matter. His team is there. No, they are not. Ghost Gaming doing a good job thwarting the defense. Meanwhile, the A-hill was broken. Optic Gaming, the only team capturing hills right now. It was Mental on the other side of the map. Big 1 versus 1. The team fire comes in, and Optic Gaming going for the 3 cap here against Speedy. Can they get it? Yes, they will. Optic Gaming somehow, some way wins that round.
Our little boy Billy right on the end there, picking up 2 kills, 3 kills. No reaction from him. He's just doing work as usual. And honestly, I think it was the rotation round to the opposition home hill. Yes, it was a bit of a bloodbath going down at the pumping station, but alone he just kind of destroyed Ghost Gaming and just backtracking 60 seconds. For, you know, the words that you said, this is a Ghost Gaming round. It would be embarrassing if they lost. Like, that's 10 rounds back to back. Optic Gaming, Ghost 0.
Crazy. And look at their faces right now, of course. Demoralized. It's hard to cast here, Momo. Of course, not much going on right now for Ghost, and you know, it's even harder to watch if you're a Ghost Gaming fan. Sleepy Time, who's shown a lot of resilience himself. He's been competing since Gears of War 1, really bursted out into the scene in Gears 3 as he established himself as a great player online. And then, of course, it was Gears Ultimate Edition. Made his name on Dream Team, had a chance to qualify as a top 4 team at, of course, hailing from New York.
And you look at the slaying side of things, Optic Gaming just hitting 60 kills as a team there. Ghost Gaming, they're roughly around kind of 47, 48 kills. Yes, it's a difference, but, you know, sometimes, you know, it's not all about that kills. I do agree with what Waldo was saying. Playing the objective, get a bit of tunnel vision sometimes on just trying to get kills, and sometimes it really can come back to bite them. We're going to see Mental, again, just walking around, having fun with the incense as well, stopping anyone.
Having fun and really teaching a lesson. Mental just got the nicest angle with that first incense. I'm glad we caught that on camera. He rotates at the bottom of the catwalk where the Bulltalk typically spawns and gets a really, really beautiful incense. Thanks to our camera angle. Of course, Gears being third person, you can see a lot more. Mental, I'm sure he sees Rushes right in front of him. I think he does. Yes, he does. He can, oh, no, he's gonna miss that torque. Explosive takes out Ribs. Mental needs to be careful here. But Rushes doesn't like the fight. Explosive on the fleet.
Make it 50 as they're breaching here. Identities versus Icy here. Icy has the back. Well, hello, Speedy. Turn around, buddy. You're going to see Icy get the double. Not going to be the triple as Rushies puts 2 to bed there as Icy is the second. We have 2 players down either side. Now it turns to 4, and Optic Gaming once again dominate the pumping station. There is just a one-way street here, and Optic Gaming are making this their own.
Here they go, pushing for the 3 cap. They're wanting to step on the throats of Ghost Gaming here in round number 4. Sleepy Time doing a good job thwarting that. He shuts down one. He gets taken out by Summons. Summons going to get stunned up here. 3 caps coming in. Ghost is able to break it, but Summons grabs yet another kill before finally getting taken out. And now Kenny's going to back out and reset. Smart decision. You're up by 70 points. There's no reason to fight that fight.
I like that from Kenny. And Kenny, you know, a smart player to say the least. You know, he's always kind of got that objective in mind of just winning. But 3-0 currently as it stands here, and Optic Gaming 160 to just 69 points here of Ghost Gaming. Ghost are going to retake their home hill, but the damage, has it already been done?
Hands down. I mean, it's a huge deficit, but of course, you say hands down, but look what Optic did to Ghost last round. That was clearly a Ghost round. The same scenario, 180 points was the point total, and Optic was able to steer a 3 cap. Let's see how Optic plays this differently now as they hold the 2 cap. Notice the difference. Mental uses the power up into his advantage. They shoot for each other. Sleepy Time grabs one, but immediately Ribs gets taken out. Speedy though pushes up. Ghost looking good here, but a torque bow from Kenny's going to shut that down, and Optic going to clutch up. They're going to win this round.
Once again, Optic Gaming, they don't make the same mistakes here. And that is now 4 back-to-back in this map. It was, of course, 7. Explosive, making it very, very clear. You're nervous, you're shaking. This is not the same team. And I do want to reiterate what I said before. You know, yesterday we watched Ghost Gaming just put on a show for us. Rushies and Speedy, such fantastic players. People at home may be just thinking, you know, this is a whitewash. But Ghost Gaming, they're, like you said, a top 3, top 4 team in the world on this game, and Optic Gaming, they're making them look amateur.
100%. I mean, 100%. Of course, weapon placement, boom shot place, doesn't matter. You can drop any weapon in the world you want right now, and it's not going to make a difference. Optic is winning every fight, every battle, every team fire. I mean, they're literally doing everything right. At this point, Momo, it's like we're watching a montage. Put an Asking Alexandria song behind this because Optic Gaming is putting on a show. If you're an Optic fan, I know Hitch is out there. This is Vision written all over it. This is an unbelievable performance right now from Optic Gaming.
Right now, they're looking to solidify their Saturday, of course, Championship Sunday coming up very, very shortly for these guys. Optic Gaming, they're wanting to change this and end this Saturday with a nice clean sweep. 7-0 on map 1, 4-0 currently as it stands, but this time we're changing things up. We're into, obviously, a bit of a pull back down here, as we do see the boom placed at the bottom. This time it's Sleepy Time. Who's going to grab that?
Yeah, well then right there. Someone goes for the mental shot, but unfortunately hits the sandbag, not able to connect. He, of course, was in a pretty bad spot, but it's okay. Kenny wins the 1v against Ribs. He's going to get himself a nice torque bow as well. Sprays him down with the Lancer, and now Kenny, torque in his hands, looking at speed, Sleepy Time. Oh, he almost got that to the grate.
Just waiting, biding his time against Sleepy Time now, caught between literally brick by brick of Optic Gaming, that green wall closing on in, and now they have to push. Now they're going for this pumping station once again. You can see by the overhead. Ghost Gaming, they've got a pretty good setup here. They are in the mix there with them, but it's this next wave of kills, and it's just time and time again, this is where Optic prevail.
And Kenny just really nailed that pillar. Well done.
Oh my, that instant.
What? The second one, though.
That instant.
Kenny's like, look, I'm going to miss this one on purpose just so I can hit this second one and make it look even better. That was insane.
Speedy. Trapped behind the sandbags. Identives, what does he do right now? Can't really push forward, can't do anything. Kenny backed up by his teammate as well, back and forward. And this time, Identives gets the better of Icy. Not going to happen, though, as we are going to see someone's an explosive answer back with one apiece. And this time, Optic Gaming, again, will gather the pumping station, will be pushing. I love the aggression here. Rushies is going to go down. That's a 5-man hit the deck. We're going to see Optic Gaming go for the triple cap, and you see Mental pushing up there. He's going to deny Ribs even the chance to break this, and Mental's going to deny Kenny anything either.
And these Optic fans, hometown advantage, they're loving it. It's 5-0. That is now 12 straight rounds. Optic Gaming is something along the lines of 56-4 now since losing to Allegiance on Friday. Really a remarkable performance from them. It's crazy to think what this Optic squad has done. Last round of the first half, Momo going to have nades in the middle of the map, and you have to wonder, in this map, in this series, is there even a glimmer, is there any hope for Ghost?
You kind of got to say no, and I hate to kind of call a game when when it's not over, but I'm getting to the point of wondering what Optic are even saying when they're stood up. You'd run out of things to say. It's been, what? 7 rounds back-to-back in map 1, now 5 here. 12 rounds, they've stood up and just said, what are you doing? Why are you pushing? Why are you choking? Like, what else can you say? You would run out of things to say.
You better believe they might be running out of things to say, but they're not going to stop talking. That's for sure. For those of you guys wondering, well, why is Optic? Optic doesn't talk a lot of trash. Usually they're kind of quiet. Kenny's quiet, or Summons is quieter. The reason they're all getting up and talking, this is so much more deeply rooted than anyone realizes. This is Rushies. Okay. This is Ghost Gaming. Okay. This is the Ghost Gaming squad that has been talking trash for a while, but finally, Ghost Gaming, thanks to some fireworks from Rushies right there at the end, going to get a point on the board here. And they get up. They get up. No, they're like, look, we can't talk smack when we're down 14-1.
Even Ribs is smiling there. He's cracking a smile. I think maybe a sigh of relief there.
Oh, man.
You can't trash talk, but, again, sometimes it is about pride. Being shut out 7-0, 7-0 is not what you want, and maybe a bit of momentum. I'm trying to find something here out of this game for Ghost.
A good round. Strong round right there from Ghost. Round 6. They win the initials, and I said that as a keys to victory. If Ghost can win initials, they can win certain rounds, and that's a situation that goes to show. The initials are so important for this Ghost Gaming squad. They just unfortunately have not been getting the best of Optic in the initials. But keep in mind here, second half, the hills will flip, the weapons will reset, so no more boom shot, no more torque, and no instants. We're back to stock weapons here. And player respawn timers back to 10 seconds. So if you die, you get to join back in the fight pretty quickly.
Okay, we're kicking things off once again here. As you said, we've flipped everything around, and now we see a little bit of a difference. We're not fighting for the pumping station, we're fighting for the platform, and on your screen, Speedy being as fast as he can, but Explosive, I believe, trading out things. He's going to be picked up, and this time, once again, 3 players do go down. Summons is going to be back off the respawn here, but Ghost Gaming, this is promising.
Yeah, without a doubt. You said it again. If they win their initials, they can do good things. I want to see them play this 2-cap well. And despite winning the initial, they're actually down in points right now. That, of course, is finally going to change. They're going to get this E-Hill. Mental takes out one, goes for the second against Ribs. Ribs now. I like the aggression from him. He's going to get taken out, though. Mental full red. Look at the movement, the back roll. The perfection from Mental as he's able to somehow stay alive now. Board of Summons as he's pushing up against Identives, and he's out for blood. Going to connect this kill for a second thanks to the support of his teammates. No, Identives does a good job taking out one.
Not going to happen here, as we are seeing a few more trades coming in for Ghost Gaming. 64-64, all things tied up. But that Mill Hill is going to be going in favor of Optic Gaming. The D-Hill has been neutralized, and this time Optic Gaming going for the triple cap here will be broken for now. but it looks like Identities is too far away and he's going to run into a wild Kenny there before getting any closer. We're now sitting at 6-1 here.
There's that match point right now for Optic Gaming. Huge plays. And real quick, from a point out, if you wonder why Explosive just kind of toyed with, I think it was Speedy there, players have a player respawn shield after when they spawn for about 4 to 5 or 6 seconds. You're actually invincible. You can't die. That gives you an opportunity so you don't get spawn camped, and it's a feature in Gears of War. That's why Explosive didn't shoot in that scenario. But now, Optic Gaming 1 round away from securing it. And you wonder, with Optic playing this well, how in the world was it even possible that Allegiance 2-0'd them yesterday?
Yeah, and now I think, you know, if you're Echo Fox side in the audience maybe watching on this, you know, is this kind of a shock to you? Are you looking at it and thinking, this might be more difficult than we thought? Or is this, okay, Optic, you know, they brought their A game today. You know, is this what they expect?
Yeah, I agreed. Exactly. I think this is the Optic we all are used to seeing. Didn't show up yesterday. We're showing up well today. Adeptus picking out 1. Revive's going to come in. 2 kills here now. Boom shot placed by Ghost. Perhaps getting a bit desperate to bring up that boom early. Rushies, though, forcing a self-kill and somehow survives, actually. Rushies is still up. He is full red. He's tagged up, and he's going to have a boom shot. He actually gets down on purpose to get his health back. Smart plays from Rushies, who's now going to get meleeed and kicked in the face as Kenny. Good job by Rushies, somehow dodging that boom shot bullet from a Summons.
Okay, no hills being captured just yet, but it looks like Ghost Gaming taking control of E and looking to get their home hill of F as well. This time Ghost Gaming do start off a little stronger on the hill side of things, but next couple of kills could make the difference here. Of course, we're getting into a little bit of a high respawn. We've added 2 seconds to that.
And one thing you see right there, Ghost wins the initial, and Rushies, for some reason, pushes into Optic spawn as they're respawning with 12-second respawn timers. You wonder what the decision is there. You know, we mentioned composure, how important that is for Ghost Gaming. Showing a little bit of lack of composure right there was Rushies. The team that has it is Echo Fox, that's for sure. I'm excited for that matchup, but it's going to be Ghost Gaming that does hold the lead currently. The domination denied. Ghost Gaming gets the 2nd point on the board here. Great job by Ghost. No, it's going to be broken. Optic stays alive.
Yeah, oh, no. Stays alive. Explosive gets 2. And Explosive gets the 3rd. I mean, we can almost hear the sigh in both our voices thinking, oh, is Optic Gaming now going to get back into this? They were a slither away from being completely dominated there. And Optic Gaming now, they haven't controlled D, but they're going for a couple of kills here as Explosive still alive. Somehow isn't going to pick up the kill, but very nearly so does.
Yeah, put himself in a bad spot right there with Gilbert. I would like to see him overextend to that F hill instead of force the fight mid-map. And regardless, doesn't matter, his team's going to pick up the slack here. Kenny takes out 1. Can he get the double? Yes, he does. Again, the montage continues. Kenny Bounce looking for the 3rd. He connects for a headshot on left hand. A beautiful back A right there from Kenny. And Optic Gaming, another round that they were just moments away from losing, in a position now at least to work their way back into it.
Okay, we're getting back into this. Ghost Gaming, they need to be strong here. They need to stay strong. They need to pick up some kills as well. However, Optic Gaming, they're a mile behind here. 60 to 113 here. Ghost Gaming, they need to just kind of slowly get back into this. 2 plays down for Optic Gaming and 2 for Ghost Gaming. Identity's coming off the spawn, but Speedy on your screen, trying to rotate round. Get a little bit closer here as we are going to see the Revive. Explosive going to take down both his teammate and Rushies at this given time. Can he roll back, turn this around? Is going to go down. I think getting shot on the side isn't going to help either. Not finished off yet, but he's going to get the roll in. Who's this player on your screen? Is Mental. Not going to be able to save Explosive, but what can he do?
Great job of Mental. Actually, just to sneak out of that situation. He lets Kenny pick up the slack, though, as Kenny picks up a double kill. Great movement right there by Mental. On board with Kenny now. 26 kills for Kenny Bounce. So a lot of people wonder if Kenny is the weak link Optic. Clearly not in this map. He's playing incredibly well. Mental with the beautiful blind fire over cover. If you're an aspiring Gears player, that shot done very well by Echo Fox as well, where you just blind fire over cover works really, really well thanks to bullet magnetization in Gears of War 4. Had to play by Mental to pick up a double kill, and now Optic decapped, only 20 points behind, whereas they were down by 80 before.
That was crazy. Just the fact that Ghost Gaming had such a significant lead, and now Optic Gaming, they're crawling their way back into this. They're going to breach 150, 15 points behind. Icy destroys Ribs there, pulls him apart with the Nasher, finding another. Identives does answer back, and this time Speedy backing up Identives. He's going to pick up his teammate there, as we are going to see Kenny just running back here, trying to do what he can. Wait for his teammate Mental sliding in as well, but still in control of E is Ghost Gaming. Is Optic Gaming, should I say. Yeah,
well said. Optic going to actually lose E hill, and that will allow Ghost Gaming to win this round. Optic is going to need a 2nd hill ASAP. Look at the score at the top left of your screen here. It's all Ghost, and a good job by Ghost to hold on here. Yes, Explosive gets killed. Not going to matter too much unless Optic can somehow break that F hill, which I don't think they will. And Gilbert, even though he's taking an L right now, he's still making sure Ghost knows it. And again, just want to reiterate, the reason this rivalry is so deep, the reason Optic is getting so into it is so much more than what you can see, what meets the eye. This rivalry goes back a few months of Ghost Gaming, winning a couple 2Ks, getting a little confident online. And look at Ghost trying to get back into it.
They're trying their best. They are trying their best right now, and they're giving everything that they can. The thing is, what happens to Ghost after this? Say it ends, you know, here at 7-2, or whether it be 7-3, 4-5, or whatever it may be. If Optic Gaming take this now, Ghost Gaming, they're going to come off a tough loss. Who they face, of course, in that lower side will be interesting to see, because of a lot of predictions have said Ghost Gaming to finish top 3 alongside the likes of Echo Fox and Optic Gaming. Could this be a bit of a beating that kind of affects them in that loser bracket?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think it's demoralizing for sure. It's going to say a lot about the management of Ghost Gaming, the coach in Fatal Strike, and the leadership of Sleepy Time. If Ghost can bounce back from this one and do a great run in losers bracket, only time will tell. On board now with Rushies. He tags up Icy. Icy's going to go down, but the revive's going to come in again. The revive stat in this map must be out of this world. The amount of revives that Optic Gaming has had over Ghost Gaming is next level.
Boom shot being utilized there by Identives, however, taking down Ribs in the process. You got to see one more go too, and that's going to be Icy this time. Explosive still alive, but he's the last alive here, and again, signs of life from Ghost Gaming. You know, we talk about comebacks and stuff. I think it's a little bit early to do that just yet, but Ghost Gaming, they're definitely not giving up. And again, a revive coming in here. Strong showing here, as they are going to take control of Optic Gaming. They're going to just slow down a little bit, get control of their home hill, and start again.
Yep, see what Optic can do. Currently at a disadvantage, of course. Skier's strategy comes down to a few things. It comes down to your initial strategy, what you do off the jump. It comes down to your setups. How are you going to set up when you hold a 2-cap? And it comes down to your breaks. What is your break strategy when you are against the 2-cap? Things aren't going as well. And of course, your 3-cap domination strategies. How do you secure and finish rounds, and see what Optic does in their break strategy.
Okay, a lot of smoke going down as well. Rushies and Identives doubling up here in a strong showing. Again, Summons does answer back with Ghost Gaming. They're going toe-to-toe here on the Slaying side of things, and Identives getting involved as well. Full red is Summons going to go down as well, and should be finished by Identives. Is done. Kenny answering back, but again, for the say second, third, maybe fourth time here in the game here, Ghost Gaming, they're out slaying Optic Gaming in the middle. Agreed.
And Rushies pushes for an overextension. He actually doesn't even get in the break. He's trying to finish the break. I think he's going to martyr his life to get this break. He does go down, but right now, if I'm Ghost, I'm content with the 2-cap. I'm not pushing for a 3-cap. You did a good job holding off the push of Optic, but by Rushies dying right there, by overextending, that gives Optic a 5-on-4 numbers advantage. That gives Optic a perfect opportunity to push back into this one. Let's see if Ghost can hold on. So far, so good for Ghost Gaming.
I see on your screen Smoke covering the path here, but he's coming round. He's going to find Identive looking over. That's one down. Can he find the seconds going in full force? Say goodbye to Ribs. Icy looking to end things right here. He's turning around. He's going to help out his teammate, Speedy. You're not going to want to mess with Icy right now. Another one backing him up for 2v2 here. One's been dealt with. That's going to be Rushies, Explosive, and Kenny. Double up, and you just see Explosive, Kenny, Icy all come together. They are in the lead by 70, but is the triple cap coming?
Yeah, D-Hill push, all eyes on it. E-Hill's going to be broken. They need the 3-cap, of course, is Optic. And again, Rushies dies
here we go.
Instantly. Boom shot comes in. That's a double kill for Explosive. Game point, match point. Explosive has a boom. He's going to connect with a boom shot headshot just for theatrics. Great job by Explosive in Optic Gaming as they completely dominate Ghost Gaming here on Saturday. What a performance.
No, that was absolutely dominance. Like, I can't believe it. Optic Gaming showed why they are the best team in Gears of War still with that win. Waldo. Ghost Gaming, what went wrong?
They got walloped. That's what happened. They came out of the gates and they kept trying to win gunfights. I can't name off the initials how many gunfights I actually think they won. Like early when Foundation, they were winning the initials. They were winning those like, key gunfights. But after that, they look lost. They're not playing the objectives. And then we go to Dam. Same thing. They're fighting for B, they're setting up, but then they're not doing anything. They're not playing map pressure, they're allocating resources incorrectly. You're stacking people in an area that you're not even using, you're not pressuring anything, and you're just letting Optic push you, outcross you, and then maneuver around the map and solve for time.
Yes, Fallout, there was a coaching change. PR was the coach of Ghost for, what, over a year now. Fatal Strike stepped into that position. Their rotations, their orders were pretty slow. It wasn't as good as before. Does Fatal make a huge difference for this team?
Yeah, I mean, look, I talked about Fatal and the benefit he brings from positivity, optimism. Has a bit of a stronger voice than PR, who, of course, good friend of mine, but what PR does is so much deeper. He was the voice of Rushies when Rushies was going off and just kind of staying silent. He was the one calling a lot of rotations and really influencing the in-game communication. I think you saw it right there. The few times that Rushies pushed and died completely on his own, I think PR would have told, hey, back up a little bit. A lot of big mistakes from Rushies there. I think the coaching of PR was definitely an influence.
Oh, definitely. But I would like to send it over to Farouk.
Thank you, gentlemen, down here with Mental last season's MVP. I mean, I don't know what to say. What the hell is happening? What is this formula you guys are running with right now to be able to dominate like this?
Well, to be honest, we're more of a LAN team, and since ISIS came back, we've been getting smoked online by these dudes, Fire and Ice, everybody. But when it comes to LAN, we all hit our shots.
So a lot of people came in here pretty hyped up, thinking that you guys were going to go down. I mean, ALG took you guys out, and it's like you guys went from Bruce Banner to Incredible Hulk right now, smashing everything. Is that what the difference here is between being LAN and being online?
Most definitely. We had a bad game against ALG, but we bounced back. We won our VOD, and ALG played good though. You got to give it to them, but we just didn't play our game.
Now, are you guys looking to get a revenge match against ALG, or you don't care who comes in? You guys going for that crown or what?
To be honest, I don't really care, but I'm expecting Echo Fox, then Echo again if we win that.
All right. Looks like it's going down. Congratulations, Mental and Optic Gaming. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Farouk. We're jumping right into our featured station. We have Allegiance going against Vanquish for a top 8 standing. Fallout, Rezik had 19 kills in round 4. Now he almost has 30. What is this man doing right now?
He's out of this world. Such a good individual player, and what a match this was. I interviewed Sneaky after map number 1, and of course they forced a game number 3. Look at the score, 5-4 is the score line. What a story this has been on a side station.
Oh no, definitely. Momo, what does Vanquish have to do against this Red Hot Allegiance team?
Vanquish needs to clutch up right now. We talk about the clutch factor so much, but for me, it's just the importance of this match. If you guys are unaware back home, of course, both these one-on-one in the groups, Allegiance, Vanquish, Allegiance has had their kind of you know, shining light in this tournament already, taking down Optic, but it could all be just nullified right now if losing to Vanquish. They have the 5-4 lead, they clutch up here, they make a statement, and of course, very, very potential kind of in this whole tournament to go all the way.
This is a huge round right here. Vanquish was losing that round, and everything, all the writing on the wall said Allegiance is going to take it, but somehow, some way, Vanquish clutches up the 3 cap and secures a 5-5 here. Boys, do you think this one's going to go the distance? I know Mental just said Echo Fox is going to beat Allegiance, but is Echo Fox going to be playing against Vanquish here?
They possibly could. You know, Vanquish has one of those chips on their shoulder. They're looking to come out. They did really well against Cryptic to make it into the spot to face Allegiance, and they also won the first map, so you really can't count these guys out right now.
Oh, no, Vanquish, they have everything to prove right now. Allegiance, you know what? Teams, they do well when they go against the top teams in the game, but when they go against teams such as Vanquish, teams that aren't really top tier, they slack off a little bit. But this is something that you cannot do this far in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm completely agreed. I want to check out this gameplay here. This has been a match for the ages. I was over there at the feature station hearing how intense this was, and it is definitely a rivalry, that's for sure. Of course, Vanquish mentioned Allegiance wouldn't even scrim Vanquish. They wouldn't even give them the time of day. Vanquish was considered an AM team. They were in a scrim, tied 3-3. Allegiance said, hey, you guys play unrealistically. We're going to walk away. They left that scrim, and now Vanquish is saying, hey, you can't walk away from this one. 5-5 is the score. Let's see who clutches up when it matters the most. We saw round 13 of map number 1. I hope it goes the distance here. 3 cap coming in, opportunity. Jerpy and Shock are going to clutch up at that E-Hill, though, and Allegiance stays alive.
Oh, Shock is going huge right now. 36 kills, 17 downs, 160 seconds dead. Waldo, I mean, this late in the game, 160 seconds dead, like, what impact does Shock have?
He's playing his life, and he's not taking stupid fights. That's exactly what you should be doing. You've got to try to stay alive. He just got down there to get killed. That means he was revived twice, or at least picked himself up. You know, and you're looking at the stats from this. These are a very dominant team. We saw these guys at the Fall Regional, and Rezik was a monster. And we didn't see so much from Shock, but Shock has definitely come up really heavy here in this tournament.
Oh, definitely. Listen, this is for top 8 right now. This is champs bracket. This is winners bracket. You cannot lose here and get away with it. You will be sent straight to losers bracket, and that is something that you do not want this event.
You definitely don't want to go down into the losers bracket right now. There are still some more Sharks down there that are hungry. And, you know, as we're looking at this, you know, Rezik just ended up getting a body shot down and picking up the execution with 3 M-bar kills. Like, you've got to be watching this. This player has been ultra dominant, and I used to be really critical of Rezik when he was getting picked up on other teams. I'm like, he doesn't really fit the role, but I was talking to a couple players earlier today. Rezik has come into his own with Allegiance. They're doing an ultra dominant play style now, and they're just allowing him to flourish.
Yes, and the score is now 5-5 Vanquish against Allegiance. We're going to see who comes out on top.
And here we go. Look at the score line, look at the stat line, and more importantly, what a storyline here. Vanquish, a Cinderella story in their own right, came out of nowhere in Season 2, but it's going to be Rezik that shuts down that Cinderella story with a double kill of his own. 36 kills for Shock. Rezik just picked up 3, and Allegiance is looking to make this match point. Great gameplay here for Allegiance.
Yeah, and absolutely, you say that, you know, they wouldn't even screw him before. There's got to be respect to Vanquish no matter what happens, but Vanquish do not want respect. They want the W. Sneaky, hesitation as well, pushing forward and trying to find the third. Shock, who's been going off all day long, is going to be shut down, and now it was all looking like Allegiance. However, the only way Sneaky and co trying to get back into this game, maybe with a triple cap here. 187 has been breached, but they're going to be pushing for that D hill right now.
Oh, no, that's 3 dead. What a huge 1 versus 1 that was for Sneaky. I don't think people realize Sneaky over Shock in that 1v could win, Vanquish this round. Can they steal yet another round? All members of Allegiance are going to spawn up. Crash and KO are going to thwart the push of Vanquish. Huge plays come in. It all comes down to Mortifies and Exclusive. Big fights. Exclusive takes out 1. He breaks the hill, but it's not going to be enough. A great job by Allegiance right there, stopping the push. Wow, a phenomenal performance from Allegiance.
Yep, and that's going to end here. We're going to see Allegiance get round number 6 on the board. They're in touching distance. They can taste the victory. And like I said, respect has been earned for Vanquish. They don't want respect. They want that win. They do not want to be sent down here into that loser bracket full of such good teams. Shock, 36 kills to his name. My goodness, this guy is going off right now, but it could all be for nothing if Vanquish pick up the next couple of rounds. What are we seeing being dropped? Frags at the top, maybe? Or should I say download docs? Taking the time, they've got 15 seconds, maybe going over some strategy here. What's your thought process, Fallout, going into this? Match point here. You need to win 2 rounds back-to-back. What do you do?
In my opinion, you let the time click out like they're doing right now, and you place a big power weapon. You call a strategy. You have 30 seconds where a team is completely blind, and they do exactly that. They give themselves 30 seconds to draw something up, and now Allegiance has 10 seconds to try and match and mirror that. I like the instance placement by Vanquish. Let's see what type of strat we're going to run here. I'm interested to see where people go and how this is executed. Will it be a trick strat that comes in from Vanquish, who is down by 2, needs to win 2 straight? I was talking to Soto earlier. This is certainly the devil's round. If Vanquish wins this round, you can call it all but over, said Soto, of course, as they did it against Vanquish earlier.
You've got to think as well with the 20-second respawn, these initials so crucial. Full red is Mortifies backing down, waiting for the teammate. Sneaky finds 1. Shock as well, the headshot comes in, and we're not going to see it. Razil taking down Shock as well as crashing. Now the push comes down. 3 on timers. Could it be 4? That's the question. This could all be but over. Razil now pushing forward. You've got to think the triple cap could be coming in.
And Sneaky with the cross map headshot as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into a round 13. Oh my goodness, we could not have written a better story in Vanquish versus Allegiance. Vanquish, the amateur players who came out of nowhere in Season 2, force a round 13. Beautiful strat call, beautiful execution. I love everything I'm seeing right now from Vanquish with that leadership and that decision. Look at the kill differential. How is Vanquish in this game?
Yeah, and I want to say as well, I think Razil there, I think most time dead, least kills on his team, really turning up when it matters there. 3 kills back-to-back, pushing forward. Big cross-map headshot coming in as well. But this is all where it matters. What are we looking at, Fallout?
Yeah, big decision. You can actually block out any weapon you want. And notice what they're going to do. They can change those instants to whatever they want. So now the reverse scenario, Allegiance has 30 seconds to place whatever weapon they want. They could replace the M-bar. They can replace the incense, and it looks like they're going to go with the ladder. Frag grenades for incense, so not a big change for Allegiance. I'm not sure if I agree with that. You have 30 seconds to put maybe a torque there, maybe something that's going to completely give you an opportunity to call strat.
6-6, 1-1 here, best of 3. It all comes down to this here. Look at the stats, but the stats mean nothing if you lose it here. Shock about to hit 40 kills to his name, more than double of anyone on Vanquish. However, Vanquish, they're looking to end this. They're looking to prove a point, and we're going to get into the mix. Staying on board with Shock now. Smoke's going up top, and they're looking to start strong here. On this E-hill, they're going to get control. No, broken straight away, backing off, waiting for the teammates, and now we're looking at the M-bar in the hands of Rezik.
I said it earlier, sometimes it's so easy to be baited by that power weapon, and Rezik here is using that M-bar, hasn't done anything yet. Razil's going to punish his teammate, but Shock is going to clutch up the former substitute for Optic Gaming with a big double kill, a 4-on-3 situation now for Allegiance. If I'm ALG, I'm taking my numbers advantage right here, right now. You have a 2v1 somewhere, find that 2v1. Here it is on Mortifies.
Yeah, Mortifies, here they go for the push. Can he find the one pump. Not going to happen, and we're going to see Razil come off spawn as well as Sneaky, and this M-Boss still in the hands of Rezik, and we are going to see him toe-to-toe with Chirpy looking over at a powerful position. Stay too close, but he misses the blind shot there. Standing still, hesitation there, gets away with his life, and still 6-6. Look at the score though, 20-point lead here. Allegiance is in control. Frags as well.
He's still dancing with the devil. He's popping his head out as he just got away with murder right there. Rezik misses a standstill headshot, something you won't see very often. You wonder if it's going to cost them. I know Allegiance has the lead right now, but keep in mind, this is round 13. Player respawn timers are 22 seconds. If you are dead, you're out of the game for so much time. Allegiance didn't take their 4-on-3 or their 5-on-4 like I would have hoped, and they give Vanquish an opportunity to fight back into this one. Can Vanquish clutch the push? The smoke grenade push is going to be coming to E-Hill right now.
Time is ticking, but really, it doesn't matter. If Vanquish make a wave of kills, it could all be over here. Smoke coming down. Keep your eyes, though, on Rezik. Getting up and close is Modifies. He's going to back down. Now the smoke is popped. This is where you need to group up. You need to teamwork. And you're going to see, oh, he misses the shot there, but Sneaky. He's going to trade things out. One apiece. Shot does go down. There's 22-second respawn. So crucial. Rezik up top. Another put to bed, and that's from Chirpy. It's looking like Allegiance very, very strong here. They're continuing to keep hold of E, and we've got 3 players down for Vanquish.
And I'm not liking how Vanquish is pushing this right now. Exclusive fighting a 1v4. He's going to get taken out. That's 4 dead for VQ. That should be all she wrote, as Allegiance is going to spring into life. The last alive for Vanquish, who is forced to fight a monumental team in Allegiance. He's going to get taken out. The cross-map headshot from Rezik, and that should be it. Unless Razil, Sneaky, and Mortifies in a 3v5 can do something amazing.
It looks like it's all but over. The Swarm will dominate in 5 seconds. They've got to break in. They've got to go now. They've got to find their way into that circle. They will do now, but double kill there. Either side, Mortifies and Razil, but the time is ticking. They only need 210. E's been depleted, but they still have D. Allegiance will take it in a round 13.
I cannot believe what we just saw right there. Veli, Waldo, another round 13. What a remarkable game right there from Allegiance and Vanquish.
Oh, yes, we're hopping into game C, but oh my gosh, what a nail biter.
Rolling here today, man.
No, seriously, look, these matches are hot right now. Excite, they're now going against one of my favorite players, Awesome Bollocks. This is beautiful. This is actually a really good game right now, but can we talk about Allegiance for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean we need to.
A nail biter like that. They advance to the semifinals. They're going to go against Echo Fox. Should we be worried?
You know, Allegiance is hot. They're playing well. They just did a great job against Vanquish, but they struggled against Vanquish a little bit. If you get taken to Game 3, Round 13 against Vanquish, an Echo Fox squad who is the most disciplined team in Gears Esports, it's going to be tough to beat that. Echo Fox, of course, has such strong teamwork. You always question every once in a while the individual skill in that team, and if they can keep up. So I think Allegiance's advantage over Echo Fox is their skill, their ability to bang out, their ability to get in their face.
I think the other thing that you have to look at is that is a rematch from the finals from the Fall Invitational. It's definitely going to be a big thing there. I think Allegiance are really good about playing team fire really well and baiting teams into fights. They've already beat Optic Gaming. They've just come off another big win. So, you know, yeah, your series went to 2-1, but at the same time, you guys, they still have the potential, they have the skill, they have the mechanics and the teamwork to pull it out.
Well said. Meanwhile, what we see on our screen right now, I want to talk about this story. Team Gates, an amateur bracket, open bracket team that consists of Exhaust, Braveheart, Manual, and Co. Really a great showing from them. Manual, who's been competing on game battles since Gears of War 2. Of course, used to play with Stubbs back then.
I remember.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing right now.
Do you remember Exhaust from Winter Brawl 9?
Yes, I am.
That is the 14-year-old prodigy.
Back then.
Yeah, he was super young playing back then. Now he's finally able to compete on LAN. And I remember when the Pro Circuit was announced, this is all he wanted to do. He wanted to come and compete at a LAN, and he finally has his opportunity. He's doing it here now with Gates.
Yeah. Oh, no, they definitely have a former pro player in Diligent. He was a pro player in Gears UE, and listen, that type of experience, Bollocks, he's known to be extremely good on LAN. Listen, this team, they might have what it takes to take Excite to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think they have the skill. Braveheart is a relatively new name to me, but Bollocks, of course, former Vex Gaming, a very, very good online player. He's showing up on LAN this weekend. I think they can do it. I think they got what it takes. Exhaust playing, again, as you said, Waldo, what a storyline that is. 13 years old. I remember him DMing you when he was 15. He's like, oh, is there any way I can play at 15? I'm like, sorry, bud. Gotta wait a couple months. And look at him competing now. Speaking of which, he's gonna get taken out, though, there if I had to knock it.
No, definitely.
Time to shine.
Excite, they're one of the most exciting teams this tournament, as we see Noxious, awsome, Rosado even. These guys, their individual skill, you know, they've been stepping up big time. Waldo, why are you looking at me like that?
That was terrible. I like that pun. Oh,
You've been pulling that all day, man. I've heard that.
That was on accident. I didn't mean to.
No, but overall, you know, this Excite roster, you know, it's made up of former pro players. They did really good at the New York Fall Regional, so they're looking to come out big here, continue their run. So you've got to think about it. And hesitation on this team has a monster.
7 rounds, 29 kills.
He was like that when he was on Pedro Juan Jose, and he was one of my favorite players to watch. He has a go button, and he doesn't have a stop.
No, this guy, remember, he was on E6 in their huge run overseas last year.
Yeah. Fourth place that event. Oh, through losers bracket, by the way.
Yes, they killed it.
Some losers bracket teams here. It's far but over.
Oh, yeah, so they're up 4-3 right now. Excite, we know that they're a momentum-based team. What do they have to do to keep it up against this fiery team engaged?
Yeah, you know, Excite really turned a lot of heads at the New York City Regionals. They placed top 4 that event. A lot of people thought Vanquish would take that home, and it's really momentum for them. They're a team that when they're all firing on all 5 cylinders and they're playing well together, when they're getting hyped, they do some amazing things. The highs are high and the lows are low for Excite. They just got to keep the roll. They just got to roll tide essentially in honor of college football Saturday today.
The one thing about this team, they don't give up. They've been in nail biters all event long. But the most important thing is their clutch gene shows. They show up when it matters. Kraz gets up, he yells, he makes plays, and that's the type of player that you want on your team.
Yep, agreed. I think you were on stage and you saw Excite earlier. What do you see from that team? Who is it in particular? Is it Hezza that's always been going off? Or
no. Kraz and Noxious.
Kraz and
Noxious. Rosado, listen, he's a guy that makes big plays. He didn't make it at the end, but this team, they're able to do that. They have it in them. Just their issue was they weren't themselves. And Waldo, we see that often, don't we?
We do, and you know, we always had questions. We've asked a lot, like outside on podcasts and things like that, about Noxious. Where is he going to find a place? Where is he going to find a home? We've missed seeing him on LAN. You know, when he was on that Synergy roster back in Gears 3, it was always awesome to watch him play, even in UE where he competed on Synergy. Just a dominant force to be reckoned with. And I think on Excite, he's finally found a home. He's had a place where his play style can excel, and they're definitely doing a great job at that right now.
Momo, how scary are these open bracket teams?
I just like the fact that these open bracket teams, you know, everyone's looking at your Optics and your Ghosts and Ekfox or whatever team you kind of support, and these guys are grinding it out through open bracket. They're coming better and better, and as they're playing on LAN, one thing any player from any esport can say is you grind out an open bracket from the very first game to say your 7th, you've improved so much more as a team already.
Oh, definitely. Waldo, is it that these open bracket teams are getting better, or these pro teams are just letting off the gas a little bit when they go against it?
I think it comes down to both. I talked about it earlier. We had some quality of life changes to the game in between things, and it allowed for different play styles to come through. Defensive play styles weren't something we saw a lot in Season 1 because you were ultra punished by the over-aggressive play style that dominated the scene overall. So you're definitely seeing the skill and the differential in those teams coming out, and they're doing a great job of that.
Yeah, and I to speak to that too, I think it's the former. I think it's the open bracket teams getting much better. I was talking to a lot of the open bracket players here, and they're mentioning compared to MLG Columbus 1 year ago, this event is night and day. This open bracket is a Shark Tank. So a lot of people think the first event when the game comes out is going to be the best event, the most teams, the best teams. No, it's been the opposite. It really goes to show the growth of Gears esports. These AM teams are getting better. I think we're going to see some good storylines, Vanquish being one of them, Gates potentially being another.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, you know, the prize pool's increasing. There's definitely more of an insight to kind of, you know, how to become better. You know, a lot of broadcasts as well for these guys to watch the likes of all the top teams play. And, you know, you've got so much kind of going on, and the way this is kind of distributed through all the channels. You know, a lot of players are learning, picking up tips, and, you know, eventually, you know, the tutor will become the master.
Waldo, the funniest thing that we see on social media today, AMs and pros always arguing with each other, and AMs saying, you know, hey, some of us are better than some of you guys. They see Optic win all the time. They see these pro teams slacking. Now we're starting to see these same players actually pick up the sticks and play with the best of them. Should the pro teams, the top 8 seed before this event, be worried?
I think they should always be watching their back. You know, there's always new talent coming up, and someone's going to find their place if they're coming to LAN events. It may not be an instantaneous of you finding your spot, and you're not going to beat Optic on day 1. But if you're continuing grinding, you're finding the teamwork and the synergy that's going to equate to the finding your play style that's going to be able to force different dimensions inside of the game, you're going to be able to start coming out on top. It takes time, and we talked about that last season when we saw so many roster changes in between events. You're not really developing synergy, and when you finally get to these events, you're just living on a prayer that you can actually make it in.
Yeah, well said, and I completely agree with that. I think these open bracket teams are getting better and better, as we mentioned, and you're seeing a lot of them stick together. Look at Cryptic, a team that I check-casted a month and a half ago in the fight night, and so many teams would change rosters in a month and a half, but they keep their roster. They perform pretty well. Right now, they're currently down 4-3. I'm looking behind my shoulder here against 88 Chambers, but really a strong play from Cryptic, and of course, as I say that, Gates is going to take another round, 5-4. Waldo, as I'm looking at the stat line, this is so much closer than I ever would have thought. X-Height is a great team. I thought if any team was going to come through open bracket and make the most noise, it would be this squad. But Gates is sticking up. And I just got the word from our producer. It was actually Gates that beat Era Eternity.
Get out of here.
Jack Reaction's team.
Get out of here,
where they're
man.
currently at. That's crazy.
Way. You know what? It's important because these AM teams, when they get together, they expect to be the best team in the game off the bat. We see them go through scrims. They make noise at little local lands or whatever. And Waldo, what do they do every time? They break up. How important is it that these teams stick together and work these problems out? Because you're not going to win off the bat.
You've got to learn from your mistakes, and I think everybody's expecting instant success. You want to be on top. You want to be, I'm the best. I've proved it. I've earned my spot. You need to respect me. And Gears has a very pride issue, like down to its core. There are a lot of egos of people wanting to prove that they're at the top. The thing is that you have to do it here. Major tournaments on LAN against the top teams, and that's where you're going to get your respect, and that's where you're going to start seeing more and more shots. And this is where you're going to have better scrim partners in the future. You're going to be able to scrim top teams like Optic Gaming.
And I agree. That's the best part about the Gears Esports ecosystem, I think. There's so many opportunities to compete on LAN between our Pro Circuit Open events every month, every other month, the regionals events and the Community Series events with 20K prize pools that we saw last month, and of course the Microsoft Store local tournaments where you have a chance to go and play for a small amount of pro points, but get the experience that you need, play against the Summons and the Francos of the world. It's a great ecosystem built. Big shout out to the Coalition, Xbox, and the Gears Esports team for really putting together a phenomenal Gears Pro Circuit, and right now I'm seeing Gates doing some good things here. This man Exhaust, we talked about him. I want to pull up, if anyone can go and look up Interview with Exhaust, Hypefestation back in 2014 when this young man drove out from Michigan with his dad, and he is now playing on the Gears Pro Circuit. I said in that interview, I'll never forget it, are we going to see you competing one day? He said yes, and here we are now. What a story for this young man Exhaust, 16 years old and looking to make a name for himself.
Oh, definitely. And when these teams, they form together, you're not pro off the bat. They go into scrims, they expect to win. Is it more than that, Momo? What are you expecting when you go into scrims? Let's say you take a loss, for instance. How do you take that?
I think the key thing is for these guys to understand who they're coming up against, know the hierarchy of players, and know that, if you're playing better people, you're going to not only lose, but you're going to learn. And I always say, in scrims, you don't win or lose, you simply, learn and learn. These guys will be picking up tips left, right, and center. And especially if they can get scrims against better teams, they come to LAN, they can perform, they can step it up, and they have their time to shine. Yes, sometimes they don't shine, sometimes they do, but this is the time for teams like Gates to really kind of come out the blocks and show what they're made of. And right now, they're showing us. This is a strong performance to say the least. And I think where can they go in this tournament? Definitely a little bit further.
Oh, definitely. Listen, Waldo, I'm looking at a feature stage right now, and in the lobby was Demo and Hudson's in there. A Fire and Ice and Red Reserve matchup. I don't know if that's coming up, but
if that is, that's another rematch from the West Coast and regional, where Fire and Ice have not had the best event, neither have Red Reserve. So those are two teams looking for a win, and they definitely are both passionate teams. I hope that one we get to see a little bit of that at some point, but they are definitely two forces that haven't shown up, but maybe they're going to, equate that today, come out, and finish this tournament strong.
Yes, as I was walking around the venue, huge venue, by the way, the crowd is crazy right now. A lot of people came up to me, and we were talking about Red Reserve and what's going on with them. In your opinion, I think those players are great, but what is wrong? These players, they've placed high before. What's their issue?
I think that they need to find themselves inside of their play styles. I've heard it from talking to the players that they've had good scrims, that they finally are working together, they're finally playing together. And, sometimes the communication can fall apart on LAN. They're just losing fights that they think they should win, maybe taking too many risks instead of playing safe. I haven't gotten to watch a lot of the Red Reserve from this tournament, but just knowing the past history, Crushmo is a monster. That team is full of people that have placed well and done really well on the pro circuit. And Crushmo even holds the most clutch play that we've never seen.
Oh, that was beautiful.
But he did 209 versus DeFazio's team in Mexico City. Clutched up, got a triple kill on the home hill for the win on round 13. So
yes, Waldo, I'm looking at our screen right now. If you look at our schedule, Echo Fox 2-0 over Ronin, Optic Gaming 2-0 over Ghost Gaming. When are we going to see another nail-biter between these Titans?
I hope we see it coming up next. Honestly, I'm really excited to see this because I've heard from Echo Fox, and we've heard the discussion. We've talked as casters back and forth of, Echo Fox says they're the better team. Optic says they're the better team. When they clash, we're going to find out who is the better team today, and then we're going to see what ends up happening on Championship Sunday.
Oh, no, definitely. So right now, Gates, they're at 5 rounds. Excite, they are also at 5 rounds. This is a heated battle right now. Both of these teams, they battled it out through the open bracket. John, the way things are shaping up right now, can we see an open bracket team break top 6, even top 4?
Hasn't happened in a long time. I'm sure you remember the days back when Dignitas ran through open bracket, did some amazing things. When Retaliation in Gears 1.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Got second place through the open bracket. What a story that was. It's tough to break top 2. Top 6, I think, is possible. I always had my eyes on X-Height. If any team can do it, it will be them. But I'm looking at this scoreline, and you guys are talking about some great things. My eyes are glued to this TV screen in front of me as Gates versus X-Height is tied 5-5 in map number 1. I never would have guessed this coming. I didn't even know who Gates was coming into this tournament. I know about these 5 players. But Gates really, really coming together well. Manuel's been doing his thing for so many years. It's good to see him come to land and perform.
Oh, no, Bollocks, he's definitely been a beast, too. These guys, like I said, they're warriors. I like to use that term.
Definition.
These guys, they show up online, but you know what? A lot of players, they don't go to land. They're scared they're going to lose. Go to land, take a chance, make a name for yourself. Waldo, Excite, Gates, teams of this caliber, can you see them making it far in the bracket?
It depends on... we don't talk about mentality, right? It's how well you can keep your composure. You've been playing for 2 long days. It starts to wear on you. You have to know you can't let it get to you if you lose a map. You can't let it go if you start dropping rounds. You just have to focus on what's in front of you. Take it 1 round at a time and play every round like it's your last one, because it could be.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Excite, they're now up 6-5. 1 more round to close the map foundation. What type of play style is usually preferred on this? Is this a map where you can get up close in each other's face, or does teamwork play a huge role on Foundation?
Yeah, I mean, this is a map where it's all rotation based. It's all teamwork, it's all strategy, it's all coordination. You got to have a great shot caller on a map like this. It's the reason Optic Gaming is so dominant, and Echo Fox so dominant, franchise, explosive, 2 of the best in the game. But it's all about your triangle rotation. This is like a perfect triangle, of course, with these 3 hills. And individual fights, yes, they do happen. I love the fights at Welding and Fountains. Mental, Noxious, 2 players that I think are standout in those areas, but it really comes down to the teamwork.
One thing you said about Optic Gaming, they're great at rotations. One thing I would like to point out, when you look at these teams at, top tier compared to, mid-tier, lower tier, the way they approach hills are extremely different. The mistake that teams usually have, they push hills 1 by 1 by 1. That's not the way you want to go about that. Take notes from Optic Gaming. They wolf-pack Waldo. They've been wolf-packing since UE. How important is this type of teamwork?
For me, understanding how to approach a hill and how to approach a break, I'm a more methodical player. You're setting up a little bit ahead of time, getting people in map positions to actually rotate over and end up taking the lead. Other teams like to try to brute force their way through the hill and try to get those lucky one-shots. You really can't do that. You have to be have a little bit of a slower approach, because especially in situations like Excite is doing right now, where they're trying to close out this map, they're trying to force fights and catch people out of position, and it works. But if you overextend and you weigh too heavy on your pressure, you can get wiped off the map.
Oh no, definitely. Right now, Swarm, they're going to dominate. It was denied. Fallout, what do they have to do to close this out?
Well, E-Hill's going to be broken in this scenario, and it looks like D-Hill is going to be captured. It was Braveheart with a huge heads-up play to overextend, win a 1 versus 1 and clutch up. But if I'm Excite, I'm backtracking to Braveheart, but I'm not sending everyone. I'm sending maybe 1 person, 2 people max. I'm trusting that my teammates are going to win 1v2s in the ways that Optic Gaming does. That's exactly what they're going to do. Rosado and Vital Sam both backtrack and reset. I like that decision right here from them, and Excite should be in a good position to close this out. Braveheart keeps his team alive. But I look at this Excite roster, and I see some amazing stories. You see Vital Sam and Heza playing together at the first major event. They are a duo. They're best friends since Gears of War 3. They've been playing together, and they finally have a chance to compete. Heza, of course, outgrew Vital, if you will, last season when he joined E6 and some other teams. It was awesome to see Heza go back to his roots and playing with Vital Sam. But then you see Noxious, a player that, of course, we wondered, and Waldo brought up, where's his home? Where's his best fit? A lot of people thought he'd join that Gosu Crew squad with Strangulate and with Yogurt, the former SYN squad, almost forming back up. But Noxious instead decides to find his own home and find his own identity. I love that decision from Noxious to join Excite.
Oh yeah, I would like to give an update. We have Red Reserve playing against Fire and Ice on our featured station.
It's happening.
This map 1 just started, and it is crazy. Listen, these teams, they have to show why they are still pro potential. Waldo, how important is it to keep that status after Dallas?
Oh, it's pro points. It sets your pace for the rest of the season. This is the first event. You can't go in and have a bad showing here. You may not make it into pools. You could end up playing in the open bracket. That's definitely not a place you want to be playing, especially with as many good teams as we've started to have in the open bracket. You want to secure your full play spot. Pro status this year is more important than any other year that we've had it.
Oh no, definitely. Right now, things looking good. 7-5 in favor of Excite Fallout. Is this what we expected?
Man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Feature station hype, the trash talk. Yes, 100% this is what we expected. Gates did surprise us. I love the story from Gates, really stepping up and coming out of nowhere in open bracket, but Excite is going to clutch up. That's exactly how everyone would have written that one, as Excite wins that and closes out 7-5. And of course, you see none other than Kraz himself getting up and getting loud.
Definitely. Momo, what caught your eye in that game?
For me, it's kind of the clutch factor once again. You know, yes, they're coming through open bracket. Yes, they're making a statement, but it's about finishing the game. You can have good round 1, 2, 6, 5, whatever it is, but you got to close strong. We saw, of course, clutches. They will win the round, both in Optic and, of course, that series.
Yes, Season 2 has been phenomenal as of late with nail-biters and upsets. Our winners bracket round 2 matchups were everything we have hoped for. With Optic Gaming showing Ghosts that they belong in the winners bracket, they are still showing strong. Up next are the winner bracket semifinals.